Good afternoon. You thought I was going to say good morning. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to my studio. We're on the north shore of Oahu, Pupukea to be exact. With me today, as always, behind the scenes, our producer and director of the studio sessions is Ann Wood.
Good afternoon.
Who's also our GM, so she wears many hats. Anyway, we're starting late today because that is the time that works best for all of us. So anyway, thanks for joining us. As usual, if you have any questions, comments, or answers about anything, please do not hesitate. Just go ahead and ask away, and we will do our best to get to your question and answer it the best way we know how. If you just joined us, we are starting a new canvas. We finished the Moonlight last week, and so we're starting this one here. And as usual, I started with the wash, which is the paint thinned down with solvent, paint thinner, in my case. And basically that's like a value study, right? Light and dark is all we're concerned with. For the ones that are really dark over here, I had added some indigo to the raw sienna that I was using for everything else. The ones that are lighter, you can see all the different gradations of values. The ones that seem to be darker than the others is where the paint is not thinned as much. When the paint is really thinned out, the whiteness of the canvas shows through. So I'm using that to help with the different variations of, quote, the gray, all right? From the last time we did this, I decided I want to make a change on the mountains. So
change is good.
Well, I tell you, this is a good thing. I mean, I was going to do it off camera, but Ann suggested, why don't I do it on camera, which is a better suggestion, so that you can witness that if you change your mind about a decision that you had made earlier about what you're going to do, what your plan was going to be, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. You don't even have to wait for a time where all of that goes away and you don't have to deal with it. The creative process involves that, right? No matter who you are, no matter how long you've been painting. I started painting when I was 6 years old, right? And I've been painting for decades, and still, I think I have an idea until maybe 2 hours later, I'm going, you know what? I changed my mind, right? So I just want to make sure that you guys understand that that's perfectly fine. Don't anticipate a time where that won't happen anymore. In fact, that's one of the thrills of being at the easel, is that even though you may have a plan, the fact that you can be hit with a bolt of lightning of creativity that makes you look at what you're doing differently and arrive at different decisions than what you had done earlier, those feel good. They really feel good, right? And the last thing you want to do is be automatic at the easel. Then it would get boring, right? So you want to give yourself some room that if something comes up better than what you thought, you know what? Go ahead and explore that, right? A lot of good ideas that I've used did not necessarily come to me right away. You know, some of them is the second or third iteration of an idea. But of course, it wouldn't come unless you had the first two, right? And so, you know, go ahead and do that and try to get the idea as good as you can make it. But if you must change it, don't feel bad. Just change it, and hopefully the change is a good one. It's a better one than the original idea. And that's no guarantee either. But again, all these things that are not guaranteed are good things. They're really, really good things. So you can't ever be too sure of yourself to the point where the excitement, the adventure part of what you're doing is gone because everything is predictable, right? You kind of think that maybe you like that, but I guarantee you won't. You won't like that. The last thing you want is it to be so predictable, it will get boring, okay? So anyway, I will touch on that many times because it affects a whole lot of other things other than putting together a composition. Okay, so as when it's appropriate, I'll bring it up again. But in the meantime, I decided I want to change the mountains. I thought that the way I had it was not as strong as I would like. Okay, so I'm gonna add another peak here. And something like that.
Cool.
This way. Anyway, somewhere in that vicinity. And then line this guy up in here a little bit more.
Where is the sun going to be setting?
Oh, right here.
Because it sets low.
What gave it away? Setting?
Oh,
Okay.
so lucky to have him.
Oh man, it's like it's hot outside. It's hot outside. All right. Okay. See, I already feel better. I thought about it for a couple of days already. I'm going, you know what?
Something
Well,
needs to happen.
it's just not as strong as I would like it to be. And the wonderful thing about the mountains that we're doing around here is that they have that vertical component. That's a very, very strong line. Yeah. So they're fun to use. So before I do the sky, I'm going to go ahead and do the wash on this.
So this is day 2 of the wash.
Day 2, right? Second session. Session number 2. We need some more paint.
So we're gonna just go down. People can see your drawer. You got a drawer full of paint.
Yeah, there it is.
It's pretty cool.
It's a pretty cool mess.
It's nice to see that not everything is perfectly clean.
Well, it's clean to me, but obviously not really. It's just my imagination. But the main thing is wherever I'm going to grab a color, I know in what neighborhood it's going to be. Kinda. Close enough anyway. All right. So let's do that. Again, we're just going to use the paint thinned out. Okay.
So we're gonna hit the left corner.
Well, you know what? I better clean my palette first. You mean right corner?
Wait, where are you gonna paint? Oh,
This
right in
one,
there.
right
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
What color was that you're using?
The raw sienna.
Raw sienna. So instead of indigo blue being our color of choice, on this one it's going to be burnt sienna most of the time.
Raw sienna.
Or raw sienna.
Yes.
Raw sienna lighter than the burnt?
Yeah, it was yellower. The burnt sienna is redder.
Alexa, play Poolside Chill.
Here's Poolside Chill by Jim Brickman on Amazon Music.
I don't want to fall asleep if it's too chill.
No, you don't want it too chill. No. All right, so that is our new profile.
Nice.
And I guess, you know what we should do is get a bigger brush.
You could really have an apprentice do this part. I could do it. I could volunteer.
Yeah, that's the same
Then you
way I
can
thought
sleep.
about the NFL. I've seen so many games. I could block that guy.
It'd be easy.
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
Yeah, you just go on one or two.
It's like people are me are around.
But that is actually a system way back when, and in some places it still is. Yeah, you got people that will do the preliminary work. That's like even the days of the old masters. That's what they would do, and that's why there are some paintings out there that people doubt whether or not the master actually did it.
Ah, yes, I recall that.
Yeah.
There is a plate collection, pottery plate collection by Picasso, and a lot of people wondered if he really was the artist of it or he just signed them when he had his people make them.
Well, he's a brilliant marketer, yeah. And so sometimes when the commerce part of what you're doing is stronger than your the pure artistic side of you, right? One will dominate the other, right? Now, I like the commerce just as much as anybody that's in business, but as you know, we don't use that as an excuse for everything that we do, right? You still got to do it right. You still got to have to come up with a product that you can be proud of, right? Not because it's the cheapest or whatever to produce, right? And that's our culture, and we're proud of that. But there will be those that will not subscribe to that, and that's them. So is that what Reagan's gonna do? Just climb stuff? Is that, or that's just one activity?
No, this is a climbing trip for her.
Oh, it is that.
Yeah, so they started in Tahoe and did some little bit of hiking too, but mainly it was to go climbing. And
Nice.
so they did I think it's called a 3-peak climb. I think that picture is definitely more scary than it is. You know, I'm thinking that anyways. I'm telling myself that because she wouldn't do anything.
She's foolish.
Yeah, she wouldn't do anything too scary.
Right. Well, and you know, she comes across to me as she knows how to weigh stuff. You know what I mean? If you're not good at something, your activity should fit that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I feel pretty good about it. And Jacob likes to slackline too, which is.
And not only that, he's responsible for her.
That's right.
So
he'll be good.
He ain't gonna take no chance.
Yeah, so it's funny. I have no worry or concern. I would be more worried about where are you gonna sleep? Like, really in that car? Like, don't people come and knock it over? Like, but I guess it's the same as if you're in a tent. But she said we're in the middle of nowhere. There's no one near us.
Yeah.
They just don't pop out. It's not a murder mystery.
No, if you're in the inner city, yeah, you're,
Little
parked
more
in some
liable.
alleyway somewhere. Yeah, that's different.
But she's not coming back till July 5th, so she's got a whole nother week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you're there already.
Yep. Gotta take advantage.
I think so.
Being that far away.
I think so. I would. Especially, the way travel is nowadays, and it's kind of like a big hassle to do it. You gotta want to get the most out of it.
Yeah, and I think I've heard some great news about our state as of July. I think as of July 8th, you can enter. I think you can enter without a COVID test or anything.
Enter the state?
Yeah, I got to look that up. But I heard something as of July 8th. I don't think you need a COVID test to come in anymore.
Well, I think that of course that's good news, but I also know because of the variant that it's going to be fluid.
Well, that's true
that
too.
could change
right?
like that.
Yeah.
Because the last thing they'd want to do is be judged for having prioritized commerce over health, right?
Right.
When we have sayings like health is wealth, that prioritizes health, right? I mean, you certainly need consumers, so you don't want to wipe them out.
Oh, our friend Debbie is back, the one that has the cute baby Tallulah.
Oh, hi Debbie, welcome.
And we got Ron is on,
Ron,
Linda's on,
Linda.
and I think we have a new friend that is joining us. Where did I see his name? This person, let's see, PCTSYSSUP. It's 2 words, so it might be,
Where
do you
are we
recognize?
looking at?
Oops, let's see.
Oops.
Right there where the cursor is, this person, do you recognize that name?
Oh no, I do not. But that's probably on me.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not-
it could be an abbreviation for
Okay.
something too.
I
Oh,
don't
I
know,
think
I'm
it
not-
is.
I'm not sure.
Oh, do you recognize this at all?
Well, no. What am I looking at?
I was just looking at his page,
Well,
the
go,
person's
go.
page.
No, go back.
Click on that one. Guitarist of the Push Combs. Push comes to shove.
No, but
This one?
no, this.
Oh. Oh. Interesting.
Some people write their name backwards. Did you read it?
No, but I am now. I don't know, it still doesn't make sense to me.
Backwards?
Oh, yes, I do. I see it.
Ever since I was a kid, I would entertain reading things backwards.
Jeez.
It's
I love
automatic.
it.
So when people would do that in their Facebook or whatever, especially if it sounds weird the way it is.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
John
no.
Robert is on from
Who?
Indonesia. Our friend John Robert.
Oh,
He's the one that
hi.
we were trying to figure out where he was from. Hello, Roy Mahalo. That's oh, what happened to our music?
Oh. I don't know.
Alexa, play Chill Electronic. That would be okay.
Alexa,
Is she plugged in?
play
She-
chill electronic.
Here's a station on my right. Chill electronic. Thank you. It's on music.
When you call out the name,
I think that's.
you gotta give it time to respond.
Oh, okay.
Pardon me. But the second name doesn't.
Spelling.
No, either way, unless it's an abbreviation.
I hear the scumbling. I can hear that. My ear goes right to it. Scumble away.
Oh yeah. See, now that is a much stronger composition right there.
Yep.
All right.
Nice.
So let's do some sky.
Oh, still the same color.
Oh yeah. Probably just gonna make it lighter.
Same color, just lighter.
But yeah, more solvent, so it's a lot thinner. Now, obviously, we can make it darker at any time we want to. And one of the objectives is just to get rid of the glare of the white canvas, yeah? So you can achieve that. And then once you do that, you can decide, like, you want to make that darker, then go ahead. Keep it lighter if you wish. Remember that after this, you're still going to underpaint it later on, so you're not married to whatever it is you do right now, yeah? So you can be as free as you like. And unlike the Awakening is more golden tones, yeah. But with this one, we're not going to make it. It may look like it's going to be that way, but it's not going to remain this way. We're gonna have it be more full color with purples and greens and all of that kind of
This
stuff.
would be awesome.
I think so. I mean, when we're not working on this thing, I'm just looking at it. I'm just trying on different color schemes on there. So it's gonna be multicolored. It's monochromatic now, but like I said, this is just for the values. Later on, we're going to go over this again and at some point inject the colors that I had in mind for it.
CR is on.
Hey CR, how's it? Thanks for joining us.
Mary Ota is on.
Hey Mary.
She'll be here in September, October.
Welcome.
What varnish would you recommend to spray on my oil paintings when they are totally dry? That's CR asking that to preserve them.
Sierra?
No, CR.
Oh, CR.
He's
Oh,
asking.
you mean if it's in between?
The end.
It's all done? Well, there is a final Damar, D-A-M-A-R varnish, but usually they don't recommend that until like months after you're done, right? So I never use that. I always go with my retouch varnish, even at the very end. It's the only one I use.
What's the point of having a varnish at the very, very end?
It provides a protective coating,
Gotcha.
so that if something falls on there, stains or whatever, it's on the coating and not the paint. And then you can get a varnish remover. That's why when they clean paintings, they're removing the varnish and everything that was on the varnish, and then you apply another varnish over it. It's protection. Now, these are good questions.
Yeah, that was good.
I mean, I skipped a lot of classes, but I didn't skip that one.
Gonzalez's painting is getting shipped today.
Really?
Yeah, they're so
Wow.
excited.
Nice.
On its way.
Who's doing it?
Ruiz.
Oh, really?
Not trust those kind of paintings with too many people. I can build a
It's
crate,
like
but
a-
I'm not building it for that. It's gotta be metal going inside my crate. Not precious.
Well, that's
wood.
pretty good with that giraffe.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So how you guys gonna like put like the supports so that it doesn't move in
Yeah,
there?
so Rick is bringing me home foam. You know that flat, it's like a flat foam padding that
Yeah.
comes in sheets. So
Yeah.
that wraps around the braces. So it has 2 for its head and then 2 for the body. So 2 go like this at the neck and head, and then 2 are at the bottom.
Is it? Oh, so nothing is anchored?
No.
Because you know how like a tent principle.
Yeah.
Where you got
Yeah, no.
lines that so that it doesn't shift one
Yep,
way or the
that's
other.
what the 2 braces. So if this is the neck, one's right at the neck. It kind of goes at an angle, and one is on the opposite side, a little lower.
Is this wood?
Yep.
Okay.
And then there's 2 at the bottom going the opposite
Okay.
direction.
Well, the same idea,
Yeah.
right? The main thing is that
Yeah.
it doesn't shift, move around.
Yep. Yeah, it's exactly what it's for.
Right.
And
Good.
yeah.
Good. Awesome. It looked like he needed some sawhorses, though. He was working on a upside down bucket.
So that's why I thought that was funny. So he brought home a pallet from work so we could get the 2 bottom pieces off a pallet, and we didn't measure them. And
No, but he was cutting on an
but it
upside
was
down.
electrical cutter. But yeah, right. He was using that.
Well,
Yeah.
like I said, it's a split second to have an accident if you don't have the, you know what I mean?
The right thing.
Well, you know, that's just the way it is, right? So to have, I mean, it's not like you're going to do it every day, but
But still,
you don't need to do it every
the
day.
bucket could flip.
Well, it's just the idea of like safety glasses. That one time, that one cut that you didn't wear is the time that something's going to fly in your eye.
Yep. That's what it is.
Or a centipede going to bite your hand.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can see
That's
in
that
the
one
dark
time.
now.
That's that one time.
Jeez, we're lucky I even go out there anymore.
That's why they make gloves. They've solved that problem already a long time ago. Okay, guys, I don't know if you guys following this. Making the clouds a little darker. And so I'm just registering all the ideas that are floating around in my head. That can change. Okay, so I'm not that concerned. Okay, yeah, let's just cover the whole thing. Did Tom leave yet?
No, he's at the end of the month.
So I guess you're right about Mimi, right? She's trying to see about getting back.
Yeah. So we'll. One of the things is she wanted to renew her driver's license, but she didn't realize you had to make an appointment. So I don't know. That was supposed to be this month. So that was why she was coming back in July. But now, if she went and made an appointment, I'm not sure if she'll
Well,
be
yeah,
back
when?
in July.
Yeah.
Since. And then you need to provide some kind of proof of where you live, like a utility bill or
Yeah.
something. So I'm not
Oh,
sure.
because she let go of her place.
Yeah, I told her, of course, she can use my address.
Sure.
My address anytime. But she might need to send a bill of some sort there, like a phone bill or something.
Well, oh, it has. How current does it have to be?
Usually
The
it's
year.
like the last one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That current?
Yeah.
Well, how's she gonna do that?
I don't know. I'll talk to her and see what her plan is, because she can always just switch where her phone bill goes.
Yeah. Huh. What a predicament.
Yep.
What about the daughter? Everything going good?
Yeah, as far as I know, she's just bored. That's the main thing she told me, is that she doesn't have anything to do.
Who's she? Mimi?
Michiko, yeah, she doesn't have she doesn't have friends there. She's not working. She's not,
No, I
testing.
understand.
She's not doing anything.
Right.
So she's like, if I'm just gonna sit here and do nothing, I might as well do it back at home.
Well, see, I guess you didn't know that that's the way it was going to end up, right?
Yeah.
Because if I knew that going in, I'm going, wait a minute. What was the part that was good for me again?
Right. It's like a marker that's run out of ink.
What I'm doing?
Yeah.
Well, you want it light, so it's actually appropriate, I guess. Yeah, but what about that tragedy in Miami? Holy mackerel.
Yeah, that's really rough.
I mean, in the middle of the night, we have no preparation. You're dreaming, and you probably incorporated that in your dream
Yeah.
until the very end,
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Right? And then, do you feel like something feels like an earthquake? And
You don't have
that's
time to process.
right?
That's too
It's
much.
just done.
You need time.
Yeah.
That thing just went boom. You got, by the time you're trying to, kind of get out of the semi-conscious state, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
Seems like they're taking a long time to pull it apart too.
Well,
they're moving stuff. It just seems
Yeah,
like,
well, what is it, 12 stories or something?
yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
The thing that was getting me was that the concrete crumbled into little pieces instead of big slabs. I mean, there's some, right? But it's like, why did they do that?
Wow.
And the fact that they already had reports of damage, 4 years ago?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I'm
Wow.
going, okay, who got that report and what have you been doing since you got that? Because the thing ain't going to heal itself.
Right.
It's only going to get worse from that point on, right? It's kind of like the crack on the bridge. It's just going to get worse over
Yeah,
time.
right.
Over time. Nothing heals itself. That doesn't work like that. And then they're gonna, I guess they're making a provision to inspect buildings that are 6 stories. Yeah, 6 stories and more.
Of a certain, a year or just all of them? Really? What about ones that are 1 story?
That's my thing. My thing is, why not inspect them all?
Yeah. Right? Just
You know, it's
One
like,
by
what,
one.
and then what if the next one is a 5-story building that collapsed?
How do you even inspect the building? Do you have something you listen to tell if it's?
Well, no, you
squeaky
look for
or-
cracks is one, right? That's a telltale sign. If you got a crack,
Right.
yeah, something's going on. You know, whether there's a shift in the ground, whatever it may be. But the fact that they already had an inspection and they already indicated that there was a structural damage, and those things don't get better when left alone.
So mainly what you're doing on this background is, would that be all the colors of sun, or they'd be like
No.
cloud areas?
Well, these are the clouds.
Yeah.
Right. I'm using the same color for the clouds and the sky. So to differentiate between the two, I'm making the clouds darker.
Gotcha. So that's kind of this part right now.
Yeah, I'm doing the clouds. I'm making it darker. And again, this is going to change when I do the underpainting. But this is a good way to mark the idea of what shape the cloud was, at least in the beginning when I thought of it. You know, now when the underpainting happens, I might change it, and that's okay. You can do that. But until I do, this is what I had in mind, so I don't have to guess at anything later. It makes it a little easier for me to just keep painting and not try to recall all those things that I had in mind, because I can just see it.
We recently had, I don't know, maybe it was a week or so ago. Did you see like everybody and their brother posted the sunset on Facebook from Hawaii? It was It was like the first amazing sunset of summer.
Yeah.
And it was just so cool because there wasn't a bad picture in the batch.
Nope.
And it was from all different parts of the islands
Yep.
and Maui, and it was just like summer's here and our sky is lit up.
Well, I tell you, it's actually the sunsets during the winter is
Or
nutty.
even better.
Oh yeah. But again, you know, we're coming off of a weird circumstance, right? So anything you
Yeah.
can appreciate,
Yeah.
right? It's like, oh, okay. And it's nice to take a break from, you know, how we take things for granted because we're going to work, we're gotta pick somebody up, we gotta, you
Right.
know, and the old stop and smell
Yep.
the flowers kind of a thing is a good thing. That's why I post those rainbow shots in the morning when there is one. I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? Somebody can appreciate this.
Oh yeah. How was your Zoom show on Friday?
Oh, it was okay. Yeah, it was good. Those are always, you know, dependent on who's in town, obviously. Yeah, since Paul is in the day shift, yeah, you know, he schedules calls when there's when he's got somebody, you know, so he's not handicapped at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he's a go-getter type,
Yeah.
so that's good.
Yeah. I like his energy.
Yeah, yeah, I do too. You know, that's why with the that one sale that he did, you know, it's best to make sure that he understood that what he's doing is fine, but there's a line where beyond that, it's not going to be favorable to him.
Right.
He's going to look bad.
Right.
Right. He needs to understand that it's not carte blanche where you can do whatever anytime. No. There's a limit where, you know what, at this point, if you enlarge it anymore, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, that they were wanting to do a 9x12 into an 18x24, and I said, you know, it's really hard because the strokes really stretch.
Yeah.
And that's one where let's try and work with something else. And they ended up picking a different an 18x24 inch image. The 9x12 even to get to the 12x16 was a stretch.
Yeah. It's and that's true, and it's good to let people know that. Because how would they know otherwise?
Right.
If you don't let them know, right? So yeah, and that's a good thing that you're not coming across. Yeah, whatever you want. Well, no, whatever you want that makes sense. Some of that stuff ain't gonna look good.
Yeah.
Okay, something like that.
Is that someone here?
Could be.
Oh, picking up a kid.
No, could be the mail. Well, Christine's here, so. Okay. Now, let's work on the other parts. Make it a little bit darker. Okay, I'm gonna go over some of the mountains and try to get this kind of darkness on here, because obviously the raw sienna can only get so dark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hang on for a second.
Okay. Oh, there's still
Excuse
people.
us.
Give you a quick little glimpse. Other parts. Studio. He's been working on a bunch of 5x7s. We got a nice drying rack full of work over there.
vengeance. And I was going to darken some of the darks here. Gonna add a little indigo, maybe a little bit of. Oh, that's way dark. It's okay.
You can make
It
a
just
mistake and fix
make-
it.
It's right. Absolutely right.
Let's see what we got. We got any questions? Oh, here's something. Elizabeth
Elizabeth.
Frachia, Frachia. Oh, greetings from Uruguay.
Uruguay. Okay.
She's in the beginning of winter. Your
Okay.
beautiful, warm paintings transport me to a more pleasant place.
Ah. I know what you mean.
What is a higher value than you have sold one of your paintings? A higher value meaning, I don't know.
Highest?
Yeah, maybe. Highest?
What?
Over 100?
Yeah, just say over 6 figures.
I think someone in Uruguay knows what that means.
Okay, well, you can say that then.
I barely know.
Watch out now.
Oh, that's cool. I wonder what time it is in Uruguay. Uruguay.
Uruguay.
Uruguay.
Uruguay. Is that you?
No, it's you, but I gotta tone down my computer.
Ah. kind of like when I would do career day in high schools and stuff around here. Invariably, one of the first three questions, if not always consistently, the first question is, how much money can you make?
There you go.
Right? So that tells you what the main focus is, right? And you're ignoring all the other parts of what goes into that, right? Because if you're, again, right, if you're going to chase the money part of it, you got to evaluate and analyze what it's going to cost you to do it that way, right? And if you get sick as a result of that, is that worth it? Right? Or you wake up every day and you hate what you're going to do, but you can make a lot of money, but you hate it. You hate what you got to do, right? It's not considered enough, right? Your first thing is like, how much money am I going to make? Because we're capitalists, and so that's important to us.
CR wants to know, when your right hand gets tired, can you paint with the left?
Yeah, just not as well. Okay, let's try it.
Let's see what happens. It's a great thing.
All right, CR, this is for you.
Left-handed. We should have done this whole painting left-handed.
By we, you mean me, right?
That's pretty good.
Well, it's already marked, so.
Staying in the lines.
Yeah.
Think of a kid that they can't even stay in the lines till they learn and train their brain. How hard it is.
Well, you know what? I find that in a lot of instructional stuff, again, it's just people are just taught how to obey. You know, if you don't know the reasoning why you're doing what you're doing, it's so easy to get lost. You know, but if you can reason it out, you're ahead, because you're not going to be restricted by something that's not going well. You know, then you're going to have to think of another way to get there. Well, if you understand the whole deal, then yeah, it won't be that hard.
Oh, CR actually told me that Uruguay is an hour ahead of them in Virginia, so that's like a 7-hour difference.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's what he says.
Because what is that? That's is that Central America or South America?
Oh yeah, maybe that's why. Let's see, time. Yeah, Argentina.
Ah,
Oh, it's 8:33 p.m.
Argentina. We're not talking about Argentina.
Yeah, South America.
Uruguay is in South America.
They speak Spanish.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the 6 things you probably don't know about Uruguay. This is interesting.
Okay.
Number 1, it holds its own when it comes to wine.
To what?
Wine.
Wine.
Not whiny, like the winer, like a wine.
Alcohol.
Yeah. Wine as in the tasty beverage from grapes.
Ah.
It's the birthplace of tango.
Oh,
Corned beef comes from
Argentina.
Fray Bentos. It was the first Latin American country to legalize same-sex civil unions. Interesting. All right. Well, awesome, Uruguay.
I know, right?
Yeah. Very cool. Get my little history lesson in for the day.
I know, and if the trick is to work it into the conversation without looking like a weirdo.
Well then, I may not be so awesome there.
Well, I gotta work on that part.
Oh, CR's company, his headquarters is in Uruguay.
No way.
Montevideo, Uruguay.
I think that's the capital.
Very cool. What do you know? He probably knows about the wine.
Why would you assume that?
If it's the number one thing, how could you not know? It's got to be everywhere.
You gotta be an aficionado.
It's like us. What are we famous for? Pineapples and sugar. Because we're so sweet in Hawaii.
I thought it was pot and surfing.
It could be that too. Could be hula dancers. We got a top 10 list that fit into number one. Wine and beef. Ooh, beef is good. I'm a carnivore. Bring it on. Eat it up. Take it all. That's pretty cool.
That is.
Right? Can't really go wrong with
What?
beef and wine. It's a good combo.
Okay.
I like how in this picture, painting, in this picture, I don't
In
really
your
want to
drawing.
reference. I don't want to make anyone feel bad and reference myself anywhere, but I can tell you, I must be from Hawaii Kai. In this painting, you don't have the clear part of the tube of the wave. Like in the blue one, you left more of a white spot in there, where this one has a little bit more of an orange. Yeah,
Well, it's still lighter.
yeah.
When you
Still
wink
lighter.
or wink, squint, it's lighter, yeah. And
Yep.
this is lighter as well.
Yep.
So that's a true observation.
It's gonna be good when this comes in.
Oh, it's gonna be great. I can already
Yeah.
tell.
I like that. And again, oh yeah, you mixed a little color in with this, right?
Indigo.
Indigo, yeah.
Just like what I did here.
Now you know why when you guys go to the art store, indigo's sold out. We have it all.
Yeah.
We own indigo.
Yeah. We were hoarding indigo. Okay. Alright.
So for instance, do you pre-plan a waterfall and leave like a line for that? Because
Space.
the water is kind of white, right?
The space for it,
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, you don't have to. There's several ways to do it. The way I like to do it is I plan for
You
it.
do plan.
Yeah. But again, I do that because I know I can change it.
Right.
Right? So if the act is such that you can't come back from it, then I might think twice about that and not lock myself into that thing. But I know I can change it. I just want a plan. You know, just gotta have a plan.
When you were a kid learning to paint, is this how you were taught?
No.
Or did you develop this later?
Yeah, this is much later. Actually, the way I paint now is a direct result of the need to produce more.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a big change, right? Because the way I was taught involved a lot of drying time in between layers. If I was going to do the background first, so I'll do that, and then I'm going to put stuff in front of it, and you get closer and closer, right, to the parts that's closest to the viewer. You got to wait for the back to dry before you add it on. And so however many planes you're going to go, you got to allow drying time for each one. And I mean, this is all wonderful that there was a demand on the work, right? But again, it's, they say the necessity is the mother of all inventions, right? It's like you need to come up with something better, faster, right? Whatever it is. And for me, I figured it out. That that's why I start in the front and then sneak stuff behind it. And then I don't have, and then there are spaces for it instead of like, paint all the sky, and then I'll put the mountain in front of, like, let's say if there was no mountains, I just did all the clouds in the sky, wait for that to dry, and then put this mountain, and then wait for that to dry, and then put this mountain, wait for that, and then put this. It's like, come on, man.
Takes forever.
I don't have time for that.
Was liquid invented back then?
No.
Right? It's a newer medium.
Well, the idea of having a medium that speeds up drying, that already existed. Now, in liquid may have, I just didn't hear about it then. And then when I did, I go, okay, I don't have to mix anything. It's just there.
I think recently you posted that picture of you on the zoo fence on your pages, on your social media, and it was kind of funny that somebody came to us yesterday and said, I have this. Oh, you did?
Yeah, last night.
Oh, how cool.
Well, the thing was...
How'd they find you? Social media?
Yeah, I think they posted something. And then of course I thought of you, because you had asked me about, I said, what are the chances? These are two separate people. And it was the same guy. Nice guy.
Yeah.
He inherited it from his auntie.
Yes, he said it had been in the family a really long time.
And she had a lot of other art.
Yeah, she had a David Lee litho. She had two, they look like maybe they were produced by Kent's company. They're like those Sebas, or there's not Sebachromes, but they were open edition Jaclays that Kent had produced. So it looked like she had two of those, and then some other artists that I didn't recognize. But yeah, they were really excited. Of course, I needed to let them know that there is an appraisal is different than the current value of what you come to a gallery and pay for something, and there's a different value what somebody wants to buy something for.
Well, and the thing is that it's one of those things, like if you went to an auction, right, and somebody would pay $2 million for something,
right,
but you wouldn't pay $5 for it,
right,
right.
Subjective.
It's very subjective, right? Now, so that's why for auctions sometimes you got to know who's in the crowd, if that's the kind of crowd you want for your product or not.
Right.
Yeah. So, but he was a nice guy, nice to talk to.
Yeah. It's
Very
always fun to find a really unique, cool treasure in the batch of stuff. To be like.
I agree.
He had inherited a 24 by 36 original that happened to be in one of the posts. Roy posted at the banyan tree on the zoo fence. It's like the biggest one. So if you go back in his social media, you can find that picture, and it's the horizontal sun. Is that a sunrise? Sunset. And it's it's easeled up there on the top left, so you can see it. It's really cool.
Yeah. Well, when you showed it to me, I go, I think that's the one that's in that big picture.
Yeah. What are the chances? That was cool. why would you use indigo to darken that instead of just using a darker brown?
Well, because I don't have one. Number one.
So you make it. Okay, there you go. I don't have it, I make it.
Yeah, it just needs to be dark, and when I underpaint it, you know, I might switch off of that, or not. It's again, you know, if you understand the thing, you realize you have a lot of options how to get there.
It's basically you're staying within a color palette and then combining to still be in there.
If you're gonna paint it with a certain color theme, yes, you have X amount of colors that you're gonna use. But like I said, what I got planned for this is multicolored, right? So that is not as binding. All I gotta know is that you know which darks work better with what I'm gonna do. You know, and I'll probably use a lot of purples.
Oh, it's going to be exciting.
I think so.
One of my favorite paintings is from a long time ago. It was purple, signed in purple.
Signed in purple?
Yep, it was signed in purple, like a lavender.
Oh, so it was just a little original then?
Like a 9x12. Yeah.
Yeah, every once in a while, those are kind of fun.
I like the unique ones that come around.
Yeah.
There's a couple that just always stand out.
I hear you.
It's kind of fun, something, you get to play a little.
Well, there's a lot of times where you're not, you want to try something new, but you're not entirely sure how that thing is going to work out. So you might want to do it with the little guy first. That's why the 5x7s are really good.
Testers.
Well, yeah, and you know right away, right? You don't have to wait a long time to finish the painting.
Right. That's
right.
Very true.
So yeah, your feedback can be pretty immediate.
So we're not going to have a show on Friday because we are going to be in Lahaina.
We're going to be gone.
And if you happen to be in Lahaina on Friday, you could pop in or out of the gallery, Tabora Gallery on Front Street. You might catch Roy. Or cruising around or at a restaurant eating. They have food over there too.
Yeah, but are they serving?
They have beef. I don't know. We'll see. I might have to bring my own food. We'll see. I don't know. Can you paint in Haleiwa?
Excuse me?
This week you'll be in Haleiwa a couple extra hours. I'm like, can you bring your setup with you and can have a change of scenery, or is it kind of you like the studio light in here better?
Well, no. I mean, the light there works.
I might need you to work on other art projects.
Well, that was the thing, right?
Yeah.
We were trying to work on the inventory part of it.
Yeah. I have other people crying.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. You gotta produce. Oh, you know what? Excuse me for a second.
It almost looks like a watercolor in the background.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about that painting that the guy had, I thought was unique too, was that it was not signed on the back. There was a couple things unique about it.
There was a lot of things I wasn't doing in '82.
Yeah, right. And one of the other things is the center stretcher bar looked like a piece of metal.
No, that came that way.
Yeah, so the canvas was even different back then.
It was bought that way.
Yeah, I thought that's how I knew it was an original because I'm like, first of all, I don't think a giclée would be like that.
Well, for one thing, it's 82.
Yes.
I don't think they had the giclées then.
No. Oh, good point. Right. Good point.
Wasn't
They
even
absolutely
invented
didn't.
yet. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. There you go.
Back then, the method of printing is offset lithography,
Yeah.
like the posters.
Yep.
Okay, there's your glow.
I like it. I see it. I love it.
Where's the glow? Hang on. Anti-glow's coming.
You don't designate some paint brushes for these orange colors versus the blue. Just when they're clean, they're usable. Or whatever.
It might be stained, but they're clean.
Or pretty soon trash, based on how hard you're pushing on that
Well,
one.
well, yeah, and trash for that, but
Yeah.
perfect for bushes,
Right, there you go.
right?
I'm gonna check in on my Facebook and see. Like people wonder where I am. It doesn't come through very fast, so sometimes if I put it away, there'll be something. Oh, Linda Hampton. See, I should have. It's too bad this didn't come through earlier. But when I was talking about how you hog all the indigo, she said that's how come she ended up with pale rose.
That's not even close.
Because they're no more indigo. They sent her a replacement.
Where'd all the indigo go?
Oh yeah, that's awesome. The Elizabeth that lives in Uruguay said she cited Tannat wine, Tannat, Tannat wine.
What about it?
That's the wine.
That's
That
their-
must
that's
be the
their wine?
Yep. Oh, so it's red, obviously red wine grapes. Ooh. It can range from red to black fruit with a decent dose of black licorice, vanilla, dark chocolate, espresso, and smoke, alongside a signature note of cardamom and brown spices. The more oak aging, the more spice-driven character the wine will carry. Sounds good. I, of course, will side with anything that has 0 carbs. It pretty much leaves me with water. Vodka. Where's our friends from Russia? They can tell us about the vodka.
Good. What, whiskey?
Somebody said that must have sugar in it, though. Does it? No.
Most of the sugar is in the mix. Whatever you
The
mix it
added.
with, yeah. Okay. See, it's got more
I like it.
more meat. Okay, so let's make this guy darker as well.
Which one?
The
Oh, yeah.
mountains, right?
Oh, Ron Keller's back again.
Hey, Ron. closer to the finished look as far as what is light and what is dark. You're getting more and more of a contrast going on, so that's a good thing. And that'll help with the underpainting. If you can eliminate as much guesswork as possible, do that. That's a really good thing. That way you can get into a flow with what you're doing, and minimize the actual thinking that you gotta do, because that really will slow you down. And it's really hard to get a rhythm going if you're constantly stopping. To think about or wonder about or second guess or whatever it is that you got to do. The more free flowing your energy is when you're painting, the better. So a lot of the stuff can be worked out ahead of time, so that knowing that, you know what, go ahead and put in the time to do this, and when you get to the juicy parts, it doesn't prevent, it doesn't cause you a lot of instances where you're not sure where you're going, and that's not good for the rhythm that you're trying to establish when you're painting. So some people might, think of it as kind of tedious, and I mean, if that is the way you're going to look at it, it probably will be tedious. But if you look at it as an alley-oop to a later process that you're going to do, where you can just go to town on it without having to worry whether or not that's right or wrong. Is it dark enough? Is it too light? If you can get rid of those questions in your head and then just paint, I bet you will find that is a much better way or attitude to have going into it. Plus, like I said, you get to do a you can rehearse your strokes. How you want to handle the underpainting later on. And instead of merely just covering a space. Yep.
We got Cindy Birchfield is on.
Oh, hi, Cindy.
I'm new to watching these gorgeous paintings take shape. Thank you for sharing your time to teach. I apologize for having to ask this, but are these oil paints or acrylics?
Yes, they are. Oil paints or acrylics. More specifically, they're oil paints. And don't apologize for anything. That's the beauty of being able to freely speak and ask questions, whatever. No judgment that is going to be made out loud. Okay. I'm just kidding.
Welcome to our show.
Well, we don't care. The main thing is that we can get rid of question marks in your head. We're happy to do that.
And with these oil paints, you're currently using a little paint thinner to do a wash. Is that correct?
Correct. Just you're basically thinning out the paint so it has that watercolor feel to it, and you're staining the canvas is what you're doing. At the same time, you are producing a value study where from light to dark, and establishing that part of it. So when you're painting later on with the underpainting, you may be concerned with the temperature of the color. You might be concerned with the chroma of the color, but you won't be too concerned with the value because you've already got it established. So that's one less thing that you need to deal with. Excuse me for a second. Yep.
I have to FaceTime you.
Okay.
You'll never believe who I just met.
Oh.
Danny Fonseca.
Who?
Danny Fonseca?
Oh, Lynn's son. My boss's son.
Yeah. From Luau?
Yeah.
Oh, luau days.
Like talking about you.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It was so cool.
Uh-huh.
Their whole big family came in, and I guess the
His,
dad,
not his mom, right?
no, Lynette,
Yeah.
how she passed away
Oh, I did not know that.
2 years ago.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. But he, was that his mom?
Yeah.
Okay, so her son Danny, what's their last name? Fonseca?
Fonseca.
Yeah, it was him. He's an old guy. He comes up to me. He's like, "Is Ray here?" And I'm like, "Roy?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "No." Yeah, I'm like, "No, but I'm his daughter." And he was like, "Oh my gosh." And like, and then we just started chatting. And he did a pencil sketch of like, he did pencil sketches, portraits of like all of them.
Uh-huh.
I still have them like framed in Koa.
Really?
And I was like, "Oh wow." And then his son Danny Jr. was like, "I went over to your dad's studio to see about like a poster for something." And like, I remember like you were like a kid, like you guys were running around, like he was working on this gigantic painting. I was like, "Oh my gosh, like it's so cool to talk about people from the past."
Uh-huh.
Before she was
Talk to
born.
people, like, who were from so long ago.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, you should definitely reach out on Facebook." I gave him your number because he was like,
He has my number.
or something.
He has my number.
Beg your pardon?
He has my number.
Oh, well, if he did, he didn't remember because you asked for your number.
Oh, okay.
And, his son was like, "Oh, yeah, like," or no, I said, "Yeah, he's been talking with, like, some people that from, like, the past on Facebook, like, I'm sure he'd love to hear from you guys." And I told him about how there was that big piece from the zoo fence that, like, recircled around and then you,
Uh-huh.
like, had it now. And then Danny was like, "Yeah, we used to chill with him at the zoo fence. Like, we used to all hang out with him there." And I was like, "Oh, no way. Like, that's so cool." And he was like, "Oh, that's so
Haw.
crazy."
Haw, uncle. Haw,
That's so
uncle.
crazy. I remember when you were like running around.
That wasn't me.
It was really cute.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Hey,
so what?
Raleigh, you're on Facebook Live.
Yeah, you're on Facebook Live. You know that, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay. What is it? What are you showing me?
Alex stopped by and brought me coffee.
Oh, nice, nice. So what? Did you get a hold of that lady?
Yeah.
Oh, you
she
did.
She didn't, like, it was pending because we're not friends or something.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
I don't know, but she just got back to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make good on the promise that somebody will reach out.
Yeah, we're talking.
Okay, good.
Okay, but
All
I
right.
just want to let you know.
All righty. Thanks, Ann. Talk to you later. Bye bye.
So
No, it's
cute.
my old boss at the luau, her son.
Wow.
But I didn't know she passed away two years ago. My
Aw.
gosh, she's like my age.
Wow.
I know. Makes you pause.
Yep.
Okay. See? Yes. See? Okay. Now.
What are you mumbling about when you're looking at it and
Huh?
you're saying okay? And,
Okay. Well.
like in your head, what's going on?
Well, that's a good question. What's going on is
I've been wondering for 23 years.
Well, I'm gonna have to make something up here because I can't tell you what's really going on in my head.
It's a lot of info.
Yeah. No, it's basically I'm judging whether or not my initial thoughts and initial plan is coming together the way I had envisioned it, or it's turning out better than I had originally designed. There are certain things I'm seeing now that I could not have seen earlier because it wasn't at this stage. But now that it's at this stage and some darks are here now, I can judge this area a little bit better than when it was all pretty much the same tone, you know. So,
Geez, it's remarkable because all I see is I do see different shades of one color, but I don't see anything else in there.
Well, it's because I'm the one with the plan.
Yeah, right.
That's the thing when I'm
I can't
painting.
read your
If I
plan.
don't have a reference that people can take a peek of what is he trying to do?
Right.
There isn't one, so you don't know. You don't know what I'm trying to do here.
Yeah, it's cool.
Right. It's frustrating for some, but it's just the way it is.
Well, I think if you're trying to be emulated or figure it
Yeah,
out at this
yeah.
stage, you
That-
can't.
that
So
would
you
be
can't.
hard,
You
yes.
can't go ahead. And
No, you cannot.
because if you're trying to
well,
do a
well, you don't know the plan.
yeah,
Number one, right? You don't have a reference.
you're gonna zig instead will zag.
Right. And then, if you had asked earlier, we would have told you, no, we have to give up the zig earlier. And it's mainly because of the zag. Said Raleigh, you'll never guess who was here. Yeah, probably not.
How many chances did I get?
It's like,
I think we taught her how to play that game of guessing by these random snaps and stuff. Something is the name of the game. So I think Rick taught her. She catches on, of course, super fast.
Okay.
She also has amazing printing. Her printing looks like a font that you would have on your computer.
Oh, really?
Every time I look at it, I make that same comment in my head. I got to find the font. This looks like it's not deviated.
Well,
it's so
kinda-
clean.
It's kind of like the font that solicitors mail you.
Yes.
Make it look like
Yes.
you know them.
Yes,
Like,
it looks like
Oh,
it's,
hey, Ann, it's Joe.
Yeah.
I don't know you, man.
yeah, it's pretty awesome. I love looking at it. And I'm thinking, man, I wonder if I could do that. But
Yeah.
I don't know, your hand gets, when you're not used to writing, that's hard too. You're used to typing.
Everything is practice.
Yeah.
Everything. That's why you're good at that.
Yeah,
'Cause
you gotta
you
get
do
used
that a
to
lot. Yeah.
handwriting
correct.
again.
Yeah. It's everything is practice. Whatever your body doesn't care. It'll get good at what it does a lot.
Someone sent a thank you note for a graduation gift, and it was kind of lengthy, and it was printed, but the printing has its own unique style, and
Uh-huh.
it's small. So Addison, she's 10, she can read.
Let's hope so.
And so she starts reading it, and by like the 5th word, she's like, I can't read cursive anymore, and it's not even in cursive.
That may be so, but this does not apply to your situation.
I thought it was pretty funny. I was like, okay, it is. His mom has a style of writing too that's really unique, as many people do, right?
Yeah.
They all have their own penmanship, but
Well, usually the good cursive ones went to Catholic school.
yeah. Well, this isn't even in cursive. cursive, it's print. But it makes it feel like it's just small and mushed together. So to her, it looks like cursive.
Sure.
But I thought that was pretty funny. She's
It
like, I'm
is.
done. I can't read this.
You know what? I ain't got time. I'm
Yeah, she's got places to be.
My life is wasting away trying to figure this out.
She's gonna go tie-dye a shirt tomorrow. It's gonna look like a Tabora sunset when she's done.
Really?
I don't know. But that's my plan for her.
There's that vote of confidence.
Like, can I rubber band it before you go? She's like, that's part of the fun. You don't get to help.
That's true. Yeah, quit hovering.
I know.
Helicopter mom.
I know.
That's Christine's the kind too. and Raleigh and I would just look at each other. Really. Well, I added a little yellow here, folks, in case you guys are wondering.
Mixed it up a little bit. Okay, and that's because you need it brighter and lighter?
It's lighter and to shift to away from the darkness of the raw sienna.
Oh, I just wanted to say, we got a comment from Mary Jean. She dropped her phone.
So
She's
you
not
don't have
here.
to.
That's right. It's all good so far.
So you don't have to.
See, less distractions, I do better.
I took care of it for you.
Thanks, Mary Jean.
Oh yeah, look at that. I tell you what. See, right now, this guy here, I'll make it darker than this. So it's, right now, this is darker than this, but slightly. Well, we can't have that.
Gotta fix it.
Gotta fix it. And that's the beauty of this stage, is you can do it easily and effortlessly. You're working with the same color palette, so you don't have to guess wildly as to what color to use. It's all there. And you used it on the other parts as well. Okay, alrighty then. And then we will do, what shall we do? We'll do this big mountain then. We have no choice, we have to go there. Oh, you know what? Let's do the rocks first.
Reagan is now at Mammoth Lake, so they're spending a lot of time driving around Northern California.
How long are they gonna be gone?
Till one more week. She comes home maybe Monday.
So 2 weeks?
I think it was, a little bit more than 2 weeks.
Nice,
Yeah.
very nice.
But I heard it's quite hot in California.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the Pacific
North,
Northwest.
yeah.
Yep,
Record temperatures.
yep, over 100.
Oh yeah, what did I hear was closed down? It was something interesting.
A pool or something.
No, but I mean I can believe that too because it would be too hot.
I thought that would be the time to open the pool.
Right? I like it when it's warm, but
Because it's too hot.
I guess if it's like
Gotta
bath
jump in
water,
the
it's not
water.
good.
Huh?
I said if it's like bath water, it's not very
No, the
refreshing.
idea is that you're wet and it evaporates and it cools you off. Right? The whole purpose of sweating is to cool off, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. I got someone sending me a message.
Okay.
Linda Hampton, she's my #1 fan.
Really?
She's a diamond. She's a diamond participant. Oh, Elizabeth from Uruguay, her favorites are the blue tones, but that painting in the, what's that called? Ochre? O-C-H-E-R?
Yeah. What about it?
She thinks this is looking pretty good.
Oh,
But she does like the blue.
yeah.
Andrew Greenberg is on.
Hey, Andrew. Welcome.
Chartreusio row. What?
Huh?
Chartreuse?
Chartreuse?
Carreau. Maybe it's a word I don't know.
Well,
Oh, it's probably a play on words. Do you recognize it?
what? It's a color.
Over on this side, charcuterie. It's like charcuterie.
Chiaroscuro.
What the heck is that?
That's Italian.
Wow.
Light and dark.
Woo! All right. I'll never be able to say that, but that's pretty cool.
You won't remember it, number one.
Jeez. How do you say it?
Chiaroscuro.
Chiaroscuro.
Chiaro is the light, scuro is dark.
No.
College money not wasted.
I love it. That's a good word.
Uh-huh. And Italian masters would do that all the time, right? They would establish light and dark, light and dark, light and dark. And then when the value is there and they like that value, you're going to mix that color to that value. But again, you've already tested how all of those colors go well together, right? Because you have this stage where you can see that, oh, okay, I shouldn't make it that dark, or okay, it's dark enough, whatever, right? You get to play around and you take away the guesswork later. So it has a purpose. It has a really good purpose. Even if you're a seasoned painter, you know, this stage will always help, you know, no matter what. So, you were pretty adventurous when your younger days.
Yeah,
right?
I'd love
just like Reagan. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems to you have that adventurous type of energy. The spirit of adventure is strong.
Yeah, I'd like to go places and do things, and I was really independent, so
Yeah.
I didn't want to wait for anybody. I wanted to go, and
Yeah.
if you find someone that wants to go with you, you go.
Yeah, no, that's great.
But
That's
my
awesome.
parents were never excited about us going to Europe. They just didn't feel like it was safe for a kid to go. It just never sat well with them, and so but they had no problem sending me off to Japan, which is way farther. But that was a good trip. But that was one place I always wanted to go.
So you did not go to Europe
Never went to Europe.
because of that.
Yeah.
I see.
And then when I got older, life happens and you
Right.
get on a different path, and now you're living super far away, and that becomes a much bigger.
Well,
It's a much longer trip,
Well, it's just different when you're young and unencumbered.
True.
Yeah.
When it's just
Just-
you,
oh,
you
yeah.
can just do anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to do it then, because
Yeah.
you can't go back
Yep.
easily.
Yep.
Most of the time you can't at all.
No, and just everything gets in the way. You could have the money, not the time. You could have the money and the time,
Well,
and then
your
you're like, oh,
focus
I
is-
don't want to leave my kids.
Your
and,
focus is in your family,
Yeah.
right? Once you
Yep.
started, you got to finish the job.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. I got on a different path.
Yes, correct.
And I got 2 more to go.
The agenda, the agenda is different now. That's why it's good when there is no agenda.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I added a dog to my life. How did that just messed up a lot of. Well, you know what? You can always find someone to watch after a really cute little puppy.
Yeah, right.
For now. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
He looks at you all sad when you're leaving. Why you leave me?
Oh, my big fan. Go ahead.
I say, why you chew my shoe?
I do that to those guys all the time. Why are you leaving me?
Why? You want to leave me? Nice rocks. Oh, look at that. What'd you add in there? Orange?
Yellow,
Yellow. Just a regular yellow?
cadmium yellow deep.
What-
You could add other yellows there too if you wish. I mean, I'm just playing around at this point.
Cadmium? Is that what it's called?
Cadmium.
Is that color, is there a red?
Cancerous, yeah.
Yeah. Let me infect you.
Don't eat it.
Red is bad.
No, that's the food coloring.
I think they fixed that though, of course. It's not.
Oh, now you're gonna believe the scientists?
Yeah, no, I don't use it. I make my own red.
Uh-huh. That's your first mistake.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they want you to do.
I don't make red. I'll use some strawberries. It's natural red.
Yeah. That's what you think. Alrighty then.
Looks good.
It's getting there. A little bit darker here. Easing up on the brush so it gets lighter. Same here.
I love the palette. There's like hardly anything on there, and you dip your brush in it and swipe to get everything you can, and then you don't add more the next round. It's just there's still more on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You keep going and going.
I know, right? And so I'm gonna do this guy here. That's a big portion of it. How are we doing on time?
I'd say in 10 minutes we're hitting 2 hours, so
Oh, okay.
let's go till at least then, and then you
Okay.
can see what you want to do after
Alright,
that.
Okay. It's perfect. How are we doing on the frame for that guy?
I'll check in with Mary Jean,
Okay.
and we'll see how our status is.
Chill by Jim Brickman on Amazon Music.
I feel like I'm at the pool.
Like last time.
Yeah, swimming at the pool. These almost look like the mountain range at Makapu.
Yeah.
Stick a little lighthouse in it. Is this staining before rainfall here for any reason?
Yeah. I've got a unique and dedicate.
Oh, okay.
They bought Ted and April bought it from Raleigh.
Nice. They stopped in Waikiki one day last week too when I was up here. They met
Yeah, I think
Brandy.
they said that.
Yeah.
They're thinking of getting a place here. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I know that
They're
maybe
looking.
they're getting closer now that he's retired out
Right.
of the entertainment business.
Radio. But he's we're talking about he's gonna like write a book.
Oh,
Well, because he's met so many celebrities,
Yeah.
right? And we're thinking, like, you know what, your perspective. I mean, there's people that met celebrities and they got those stories, but you know, the way you're gonna tell it is from your perspective as a DJ and or you're hosting this, that, or the other. And, you know, it's a unique perspective, and I think there's a lot of people that are, you know, your fans or fans of that celebrity that might enjoy that.
right.
You know, because you're gonna reveal stuff that other people have not quite done it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he said he's got parts of it done already.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but you know, because I was, you know, when we had dinner the other day and we were just talking about stuff like, watch out for a good old procrastination.
Yeah.
I said, I know all about that. So.
Yeah, when you're hot on something, get going. That's the
Well,
best
that's
time.
the thing, right? When
Yeah.
when you build the momentum, it's like go, 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 go. Okay, switch to a yellow here.
Ooh, yep.
And we're doing that because we're preparing for the glow.
Soft summer glow. There's your title.
We have that already.
Oh, okay. I will think of another one.
Like chances are we have that one.
Oh, that's a good one. Chances are.
That's a song.
Chances are that the sun will set.
Yeah. If I didn't know better, I'd say
Green
you're
flash.
right.
Have you ever painted a green flash?
No, I've never even seen one.
Oh. Summertime.
I think it's
All year?
yeah, as long as there's no clouds. Yeah,
Yeah, it just has to hit.
it has to be clear day.
Are you leaving that little area so that something can hit it, like sunlight? Oh no, you're
No,
filling it in.
like a different color will hit it.
Ah.
We're putting the glow. so. That's much better, much better, much better composition. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it.
That's pretty good. Is there a point where you put too much liquid? Oh, you're not using liquid right now
Not
anyway.
yet.
It's turpentine.
Yep.
So, is there a point though when there's too much? Like it looks real slippery right now.
They're watery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But it doesn't wreck the painting or like make
No.
everything
Well, if it's
spill
too
off.
thin, then you just
Yeah.
thicken it up. If it's too thick, then you thin it up, right?
So you just go by
just make
consistency.
just make the adjustment. Again, you know, when you have a better understanding of it, it's much easier to deal with. If you miss
Mhm.
the target, it's no big deal. You're not going to get lost because you understand it, right? But if you don't understand it and you got to follow the thing, the instructions only, and then something goes wrong, and then you're lost. So you know, I don't prescribe that.
Ooh, sultry summer close, like the end of day. That was CR's suggestion. Sultry summer close.
Whoa. It's a cool title.
Yeah, we've never used the word sultry
Mm-hmm.
that I know.
It's kind of.
Could be a secret title.
I was thinking of something else, but who gave that title?
CR.
Oh, CR.
Sultry
Why?
summer.
You could use that. He paints too, right? You know
Yep.
that.
Yep, I saw him. He's working on that blue, that painting with the blue.
mountain
Yeah.
ridge, yeah. That was good. Like he knew us from the Hilton days.
Oh, wow.
The very first Hilton days.
That's cool. Back
I
in
know.
the day, '98, it started.
Yeah.
No, it looks really cool.
When you adjust the light and dark part, it's like a pencil drawing,
Mm-hmm.
right? It can be very dynamic as long as you got the parts that's supposed to be dark, and the parts that are supposed to be light. And you know, you're not dealing with a lot of colors, just values, light and dark. And if you pull that off, it's like the black and white photography.
Right.
Ansel Adams, right?
Yep.
No problem.
Rick's parents are coming for a visit.
Oh, how long?
I think like 3 or 4 weeks, maybe.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I thought.
It's been a while since they've seen the grandkids, no?
Mm-hmm. I think it's been, gosh, it could have been since 2018 because I can't remember if they came in 2019. So I'm thinking.
Well, I didn't hear about it.
Yeah,
Not
I don't
that I would,
remember.
but usually you would say something.
Right.
Okay, I think that's it.
All right, this has been a good session.
Yes. Okay, gang. So maybe the next time we will do the underpainting.
All right.
All right. So again, this is just like a value study that you get a handle on what is light and what is dark. And the purpose of that is that you have that pretty much established as you're dealing with the colors later on. You know, you're not gonna guess, should I make it dark or light? Well, you established something that is satisfactory to you. You've made all the adjustments that you need to make. You're happy with the result. You just follow the guide that you created. You gotta deal with the temperatures and chroma of the colors, the color itself. You know it's green, but which green, right? Okay, well, those you usually find out by experimentation, and the more you experiment, the more info you have in your head. Whether the experiment is successful or not doesn't matter. The experience is logged in your brain, right? So that's the good part. And then the more you do it, the easier it'll get. Okay, so just have patience with yourself, gain understanding of what you're doing, and it solves problems that you haven't even encountered yet, just because you're knowledgeable about certain areas and how they work. Okay? So
All
we'll
right.
see you when's our next time? Today
Maybe.
is Monday.
Do you want to do it again tomorrow? We
Yeah,
can if you want. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do we know what time? You got to do Addie as well?
Rick is home. Oh, I might have to do Addie. So about the same time.
About the same time
yeah.
today? Okay. So that's what, 12:30?
Yep.
Okay, gang. So we'll see you around 12:30 tomorrow. Keep practicing. All right. It's going to get better. All right. Aloha. Thanks for joining us.